Let's go and tone map this image right here. All right, a little bit washed out, you know, but that's our last process, so we're going to actually get rid of that and start from the default setting again. And I remember this time, the first thing I want to do is adjust the white point and black point. And if I want more contrast, I'll push them up quite a bit higher. There is a school of thought in HDR that you push your white and black point way up. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But it works pretty well in this case. Strength will keep where it is. Color saturation will push up a little bit, see what happens. Now again, on all of these shots, we have this great gritty paint chipping sort of things. We're going to push the micro contrast up quite a bit. It'll get darker again, which is no big deal. Pull the black point back a little bit in this case. Takes a few seconds to render, and then pull the gamma up a little more. Now luminosity will also brighten your image, so we're going to bring that up quite a bit. And we may need to pull the gamma back. You're probably seeing by now that certain controls work in tandem. If you do something with one, you got to reverse the process with the other. In this case, gamma got pushed up, when luminosity got pushed up, then you got to pull gamma back down again. Get your exposure where you want it. There you go. A little more moody. You see detail everywhere. We can bring that up just a notch. Micro contrast turned up. Now, if we change our light smoothing, that'll change the way this image looks tremendously. So the middle one, look at that. Texture pops right out all up in here. I like this a lot. I'm going to keep that one. I know it already. But let's look at the next two. You lose the punch in the paintings and the edge of the frame, and this should be even worse for this image. Yeah, totally dark. But the middle one, or the first one of the three that I use normally, look at that. That just, it works well here. What's important that you see detail in this very bright sunspot there. It's a little bit warm, so I'm going to go in here and go to color settings and dial back the temperature just a slight bit, maybe a notch and a half there. There you go. That's more what it looked like. But boy, that was quick. We have detail all in here, detail back in the shadow areas, even under here, everywhere. Just amazing, but there's enough shadow for it to work. This painting actually is just half a painting. It was like chopped off right at that line. But the way you compose the image made it look like, or the way that I composed it makes it look like it's a full painting, because I cropped into where it was truncated. The wall broke off back here, back beyond that side. Anyway, boy, that's not bad. Detail outside of here, detail on the inside, detail in the shadows. That is what HDR is about. Now we're going to process this image right. I think we're good. Let's process it out, see what we get. If we're lucky, it'll look exactly as it did in Photomatix. And I may or may not want to go in and do any more Photoshop work to it, but the option is always there if I want to go back and do some nick work on it, or do a digital slide sandwich, or whatever's available filter-wise. You can bring that in as a TIFF and treat it like any other TIFF image. And that is our final shot. Look at that. That is like tremendous. Again, let me just point out, you know how hot these hot spots are. They're like, white hot. But we maintain detail in there, and we maintain detail in this very dark part of this little cupboard here, or like little shelf area. What's important also to mention here is that this is one of those shots that went 2 stops over and 5 stops under. That's why we're able to get that incredibly wide dynamic range and capture detail in all of these areas. And I'm gonna keep that. That's very nice.